everyone, this is Jarrod Nichol, Executive Director for ProjectCoe.com. Today I'm going to take a look at God of War Chains of Olympus for the PlayStation Portable. Normally I start these video reviews off by, talking a little bit about the story, then I move on to gameplay, etc., etc. Well, today I'm going to have to keep the storyline a little bit short because I really don't want to spoil anything. When I was going into Chains of Olympus, I really didn't want to know anything about the storyline because that's what makes the God of War series such an incredible action series. It really draws you into the Greek mythology, and Chains of Olympus is really no different. All I'll tell you is that it's a prequel to the God of War 1 and 2 on the PlayStation 2, but the production values, the voice acting, and the script are absolutely top-notch. So if you're a fan of those two original games, this one is equally as impressive in regards to storyline and storytelling. Moving on, gameplay-wise, as you can see, it's virtually identical to the PlayStation 2 hits. Now, I should point out that it's literally identical to the PlayStation 2 games. You're not going to see too many new and innovative gameplay tweaks in this game, which is a little bit unfortunate because, it's always nice to have a series evolve as it continues. And this time around, it's sort of like Sony said, you know what, stay true to its roots and deliver what fans really want, which is essentially just more God of War. And Ready at Dawn, the developer behind Daxter on the PSP, has truly delivered. As you can see here, they have created a PlayStation 2 game on the PSP, quite literally. This game not only looks and sounds the part, but plays virtually exactly the same as the PlayStation 2 games did. That means you can expect non-stop action, puzzles, and, all the good stuff that you've come to love, like these time button presses, lots of gore, and yes, that wonderful sex minigame. I should point out that God of War Chains of Olympus doesn't feature as many puzzles as were found on God of War 2. Now this is a good thing, at least I find. It keeps the pacing a lot more intact. Now, while, you can run around, you can go and kill tons and tons and tons of guys, and it really doesn't get old. What eventually happens is you're going to probably speed run through the game in about 5 hours. I mean, even if you're new to the series, I can't see the game lasting more than 7 hours, and that is just a tad bit too short for my liking. Most of this is because you're not going to get stuck, because the puzzles are just basically, let's say, like right here, okay? This, what you're seeing right now, is essentially a puzzle. You're trying to figure out how to get into the next area, and that basically continues as the game goes on and on and on. Eventually, it's essentially just going from point A to point B. That's about the only aspect of Chains of Olympus that's changed relative to God of War 2. That same epic feeling you get from massive levels, giant boss battles, and just a plethora of enemies to, destroy at your whim, still shines through in great detail on the PSP. While some of the later levels are a tad less epic in scale, we found that it was mainly because the PlayStation Portable screen is just too darn small to depict what Ready at Dawn really wanted to showcase. Now, if you connect this game to an HD TV, all I can tell you is, prepare to be amazed. It truly looks the part. It really does look like a PlayStation 2 game, and there's even a few scenes where it looks better than the games on the PlayStation 2. Graphically speaking, as you can see, not only does this game look stunning, as I've said about 25 times already, but the animation is so fluid that it's the type of game that you're going to look at portable games in a whole new light. Particle effects, lighting, tons of characters on the screen at one time, and never once a hitch in frame rate. Above all that, there's less than 60 seconds of loading in the entire game. What other PSP game can say that? In the written review, I gave it a 10 on 10 for graphics, and I really stand by that statement because this game is without equal on the PlayStation Portable. Sound, this is one of those games you have to play with headphones. You can't play it any other way. It's just not right. The voice acting, all the original actors are back and sounds just as good as ever. The special effects, perfect, right on cue. And the music that plays throughout is, there's a lot of returning themes, but there's also a couple of new ones which are just excellent. But again, you must wear earphones, otherwise it's just, it's just not going to work. The entire package comes together in such a way that it really blew all of us at Project COE away. We have never played anything on the PlayStation Portable that even comes remotely close to the experience of Chains of Olympus. This is the real deal. If you do not own a PlayStation Portable, you should run out and pick this game up immediately. Go ahead and buy that bundle because truly it's worth every single cent you will pay. We know it's a bit on the short side, and there really isn't too many special features to unlock or reasons why to play the game again and again, except for the fact that it's so epic in scale and looks so damn nice that, you just cannot miss this. That's my final say. This is the game that everyone who owns a PSP has been waiting for, and those of you who don't own a PSP, this is the game you've been waiting for to go out and give you a reason to go and buy a PSP. I've proudly given the game a 9.3 on 10 in the written review. I ask all of you to go ahead and check that out at projectcoe.com, and I'll see you soon. Thanks once again to Wayne Tobin for the music, and I'll see you later.